Hello my friend and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do an ocean mani using my extra large stamper from Pretty Fingers by Robin. I'll also be using this Maniology MXM 106 stamping plate. I've got to get that blue film off real quick. I figured this was a scene plate and it would be really good for this. MXM 106. It's like an ocean underwater in the sea kind of stamping plate. I'm going to give it a real quick wipe with some acetone and then some alcohol with the lint-free wipe. Get this ready to play. This is the longest video ever for me. I'll be using opaque black sticky stamping polish from She Modern. And here is that honkin' stamper from Pretty Fingers by Robin. I've got a very firm scraper card also from She Modern. And we're just going to cover this whole plate. I mean, we're just going to go cray on it. And I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, what a waste. Well, depends on how you look at it. I am going to cut these into strips and put them on some really long tips at the end of the video. And that way you can see if you have long nails. But if you have short nails, you could just bust this up into a whole bunch of little decals and have manis for all 10 fingers or even more than that. So there's that. Now, before I get too far into this, I want to thank at Nana Ange Nails It for, she said she really wanted to see me play with this honkin' stamper. So this is for you, Nana Ange. I've been wanting one of these stampers for as long as I can remember. They were out many, many years ago, and the company that sold them stopped selling them, went out of business. I don't know. So I'm going to scrape from one side and then from the middle to the other outside. And there we go. I got my plate scraped off, and now we're going to pick this image up with this big stamper. And look how amazing that is. It's beautiful. Oh, so pretty. I'm going to clean up my mess real quick before I make another mess. And I'm cleaning my scraper card off with some acetone and my finger and, you know, all the things. I've got, you know, the black stamping polish is always a mess to clean up. So we're going to get on in there and get it, flip that cotton ball over and go at it some more. And we're going to get it cleaned up and put it away so we can move on to the next steps. Because there are a lot of them. Like I said, this is probably the longest video I've ever done. And I've even cut it, sped it up, and all kinds of stuff. Right here I'm going over the plate with some alcohol and a lint-free wipe. Just to kind of clean that and make it not look foggy. I like to be able to see them all pretty when I go to look through my stamping plates, you know. Or if I've got company and they're looking through my stamping plates, I don't want them to see some mess. So that's why we do it this way. This is a 2 cotton ball job right here cleaning up this mess. But it's going to be worth it. Alright, so here we go. Stamping polishes that I'm going to fill in is BM 8, 12, 15, 20, 21, Maniology, Asteroid, Charmed, Honeydew, and Cookie Crumbles. Or Cookie Crumbs, sorry. I'll be using a Maniology. It's got a brush, detail brush on one end and a dotting tool on the other. I might go back and forth and use them interchangeably, because that's how I do. Some images are just easier to do with the detail brush, and some are a lot easier to do with just a dotting tool. Now, I didn't go over this image with any like smudge free or clear or anything like that. I'm just going to hope that I don't smear it, that I'm doing the polish thick enough, and that it will not smudge my image underneath. It'd be terrible to get all this work and have it just totally be jacked up. Now, a lot of this, I'm going to show y'all me filling in this whole stamper. So if you're not interested in all of that part of it, I flip it over and check it out. If you don't want to see all of that, just kind of bump through the video or speed it up. I'll watch them, and I'll be honest, I watch a lot of my video watching is sped up because I want to see all of it. And I've got so many channels I follow that I'm under a time crunch, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to miss out. And gotten really bad about not leaving comments on my friends' channels. I always hit the thumbs up button or heart it or whatever, but you know, we on a time crunch. And a lot of times when I'm watching videos, I'm doing my own nails, sitting at my desk. So, you know, in between drying or whatever, I'm watching videos, and my nails are tacky, so I don't want to be trying to type and mess up my nails by leaving a comment somewhere. And as you can see, I'm kind of going through, and like I pick a color and I go through all over the stamper here and there and use one color and then put out a blob of different polish on my little mat there, and then continue on and use that next color, and so on through all the many colors. Because I picked out a bunch today. That's why I didn't like show bottle shots of every one of them. I just did like a picture. And that way I didn't get confused also about which polishes I used or didn't use. And so far, I'm liking this. It's very, very cool. And somebody with steadier hands than me could probably get way better results. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not sad or mad about this one at all. Stunning. And I wished I could have worn these nails on my hands for a while because they were so pretty. But my nails aren't that long, and I just can't go from short nails to claws and, you know, function, doing dishes, cooking dinner, all that stuff, and my work, you know. Speaking of work, I am so glad. The day I'm doing my voiceover is on a Friday, and it's a 3-day weekend. Be having Memorial Day off, and, you know, I don't know when y'all will see this. It'll be way on down the road, I'm sure. I've gotten ahead of my recording and scheduling. See, there we go, moving to the dotting tool. I've gotten ahead on my recording schedule. You guys know last year I had like a health crisis, and I got way behind, and I don't like worrying you guys. So I just, now that I'm back to being me and all that, I am just trying to get ahead of the ball game and keep my videos, you know, stretched out way in advance. Also, I do have another video coming up soon. Well, I say soon, coming up. And it is using the resizing stampers, you know, like enlarging and shrinking images off of stamping plates. I have 4 different brands of those stampers, and I'll be doing a video showing how I use them, how you can use them just to make a regular size image like a normal stamper, and then what it looks like when you shrink them or enlarge them. And I'm going to do that with all 4 of those stampers. Can you tell I'm kind of in a stamper mood? I mean, I'm just wanting to play with stampers, and it's just good stuff. I love stampers. So I'm going in now and just filling out like all of the little bubbles with blue. I am going to put this image over a very light blue polish. So I'm using kind of a medium blue for the bubbles. I just loved this image though. I mean, it's got the eel and the octopus and the squid and the jellyfish and seahorses and the shark, and it's got a little human in their little aqua suit all down in there, and the starfish. It's got a little pirate ship on it. Octopus tentacles, little coral plants, and I love it. It's just such a busy image. And no, you're not going to get to see all of this on a set of nails. But you get to pick it, after you get it done, you get to pick and choose which parts of it you want to put on your nails. You can, you know, kind of choose. That's a crazy looking fish right there. Wild looking. So he's going to be orange. And I just love this honking big stamper. I think it, you know, sometimes you look at a stamping plate and you can't really tell what the image is going to look like. And I think that a big stamper like this, you know, you can like do the image like I've done here and then pull it up, and then you can see what that is. There have been a lot of times I've been like, what is that? What image is that? And then come to find out it's some kind of weird little animal or plant or something. But just looking at it on the stamping plate, I couldn't tell what it was. Lots of that craziness. So I hate to tell you, but we're only about halfway through with this one. Even with me cutting, speeding up, editing, all the jazz, this is going to be like a 26-minute video. It just blows my mind. But I wanted to show you all of it. I mean, you know, if you're playing, come on, let's play, you know. But like I said, if you need to, speed it up, make me sound like a chipmunk. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm good with it. Because I can't be hurt like that because, you know, I do it. I speed videos up a lot. It's because there's so much to watch out there. And I'm just going to go ahead and fess up now. Y'all, I'm a YouTube junkie. My free time, like all of my free time, I'm either playing nails or watching YouTube. You know, when I'm not doing chores or working or grocery shopping. Well, to be honest, I listen to YouTube while I'm grocery shopping too. Put my little headset in one ear, so I've still got one ear out listening to everything else. And just listen to stories, you know, like more podcast type things. Yep, that's how we do it. I also thought this manicure would be really cool because, you know, summer's coming. It's already getting hot here. I live in the Mid-South and, you know, like West Tennessee area, and it gets hot quick here. And once it's hot, it's hot. And you can go take a shower and dry off real good, put your clothes on, you walk outside and you're soaking wet. It's like you just stepped out of the shower with your clothes on. It's awful. And why we choose to live in a place like this, I just really don't know. I guess mostly because my family was here and I wanted to, you know, raise my young'uns with my family. But now they ain't young'uns, they grown men now, so who knows? We may be here for the long haul or we may not. You just never know. But I do love this stamper. And, you know, if you're, you know, already got all the other nail things and you're like me and you've just got excess, this is like a new thing to play with. Now, you could use just a bunch of little stampers and just pick up all the images on them. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's what I've been doing for years. But to have one big stamper to play with at one time, it's like a nail junkie's dream come true, you know. And yes, I'm making my boat yellow, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to do the coral, like, and, bright colors, you know, because when I picture coral reefs and coral and stuff, I always picture them being all those pretty cool colors. And I've told y'all before, when it comes to nail art, y'all can have a pink snowman. You can do anything you want to do because it's a place where you can really use your imagination and you can just go wild with it. I like that kind of stuff. To be honest with y'all, I should have like quit talking a while back and just throw some music on this and, you know, let y'all rock out and listen to the music while you watch me do this. But I'm just not real crazy about the music that I'm allowed to put on my videos. They're, you know, you don't want to get no strikes against you for using music that's not allowed. And so I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to ramble on. Just chatty. I'll be Chatty Tina instead of Chatty Cathy. I'll be Chatty Tina. I'm going to have to take me a drink real quick. Excuse me. Nope, I am going to make that boat brown. Imagine that. But this is fun stuff right here. You guys just have no idea how much fun I had playing with this. And I'm positive it won't be the last time I break this stamping plate out and play. Because it's just so fun. And you don't have to worry about, when you're doing these decals, about the polish, like, looking too thick. because it does kind of like simmer down and flatten out a little bit more as it sits. I don't know how to describe it. Moving on to another color here. It looks kind of like a green. Yep, I've changed over to a green. There's a lot of image on this plate, though. I'm telling y'all. It's a lot. Moving that stamper around so I can get to all these images. I do think I did pretty well, kind of staying in frame for once, but being dialed in enough to where you could see what I was doing. And that's what it is, you guys. I try to dial in so you guys can really see what I'm doing, but then I get out of frame. It's just part of the game. I keep hoping one day I'll just nail it down and get her figured out. Okay, I just decided to grab the paintbrush from the bottle. It's just going to take too long with that little brush. Well, I could have edited that out for sure. It'd been like 3 seconds or something, but I still could have done it. Alright, flipping it over, checking it out, took it out of the stamper. Look at that. That is so much fun. Now to clean up our mess. I got little blobs of polish all over the corner of that mat, and I want to get them off so that maybe they don't stain it too bad. Not that that affects the usefulness of... In fact, that's what this mat's for. Alright, so there it is. Now, here's what I want to tell you about this. I'm going over it with the Sealer Stamping Clear Mat from She Modern. Now, it's because I don't want to smear it when I go to top coat it to make it into decals. So as you can see, it's kind of like puddling up, but it's still like landing on top of the images, right? But my problem is I left them overnight after I did this before doing the next step, which is putting the Wet n Wild Clear on it. And they kind of dried and started trying to curl up a little bit. But I was able to rescue it. It was okay. It was all right. So I would recommend, if you're doing it this way, just let this dry to where it's dry and then put the Wet n Wild Clear over it. Or just let it dry overnight and do the Wet n Wild Clear, and just be careful. Now here I'm using some honking tips. I do believe these are Betty Cora tips. Either Betty Cora or Painted Desert. I did a clear. I'm using this Melody Susie, I think. Blue. It just has a number. I named it Sky Blue. It might have been named that, but I don't know. I put a sticker on it naming it Sky Blue so I'd know what it was. But I do have to cure in between all of these. So I did the base coat, cured. Do a coat of the color, and I'm going to cure. In fact, that's coming up here very soon. Cure that for 60 seconds. Yes. And then go in for a second coat. Like I said, I'm doing this light blue so that my decals will pop. And this part you could do way in advance if you wanted to, because you got to wait on that decal to dry anyway. So that is all good. Get that second coat done, and we're going to cure it for 60 seconds. And now I'm going in with the top coat. I think I was using the Born Pretty top coat. There were so many products used in this manicure that I'm not really sure what I was using. Just use your favorite. And you don't even have to use gel polish. Do some regular nails. Cure that 60 seconds. But just use some regular nails and let them air dry really, really good. I am going in because with doing them on these nail tips and on the stand, I did have some overhang. So I'm just filing off that and making it smooth. Okay, now I'm going in with a lot of the Wet n Wild Clear polish. It is not a top coat. It's not a base coat. It's just Wet n Wild Clear. And it's going to take me a minute to get this big image covered with all this. And after I get it all painted, I'm going to have to let it dry. Like totally dry. Because by adding this, you're rehydrating what's underneath it. And you don't want to go trying to trim these out and them not be dry, and then they just turn to a sticky, mushy mess. Okay, I sped this up really, really fast here. And there were a couple of them that were kind of peeled up, and I just kind of went real good around them with this clear polish, hoping to rehydrate them and make them lay down flat again. I mean, you guys can't see it here on the video right here. I don't know if there's at any point you will be able to see it. Alright, totally dry. And now I'm going around, I'm using Woody. Hi Woody, how you doing? And I'm going around the edge all the way around to release it from the stamper. I'm being very careful because I don't want to destroy or poke a hole in my stamper. Just trying to get under it and then just slide. Easily slide it and slide it. And now we can peel it off. Oh my goodness. Look at that business. There it is. So pretty. I'm going to use my big scissors to cut these down into strips to put onto the nails that I've already painted, cured and dried and all that good stuff. And I am going to try to put them on the nails in the order that you see them now. Now, are they going to line up perfectly? Probably not. I'm going to use the Anchor and Heart Iron Anchor over these. This is just a sticky base coat. You could use the Maniology one or whatever one you have. Or you could just use like any kind of clear nail polish and let it just dry down to where it's just tacky. But you definitely want to give it just a little bit of time to kind of chill out. Then I'm going to lay it over and smooth it down with my finger first. Try to get any creases or wrinkles out of it. Alright guys, we're definitely past the halfway point. I got out my little Maniology tool and I'm smoothing that down, that decal down. And now I'm going to go with my little nippy scissors. These are thread nipper scissors. And you can use them with your left or right hand. That's the thing I love the most about them. And I'm going to trim off some of the excess that I can get to and see. Trim, trim, trim. Give it a trim. There we go. But I really have to tell you how much fun this was. I mean, it just... I think this would be a little harder like on someone's real hands. But I'm not saying it would be impossible. Because you can't like hold their finger and do this, do that. But you would just do it like you would do decals on your natural nails. And see, I just popped that off that stand and just go back at it with the little scissors. You can't do that with a person's hands. You would just have to use like the little cuticle tool or orange wood stick or something, or just acetone, being very careful not to destroy what's staying on the nail to get that excess off. Alright, that one's looking pretty good. Okay, now I'm going in with my cleanup brush and some acetone. And what I'm doing here is tapping around the edges, trying to make that decal stick down onto the nail flat, without anything hanging over or sticking out to get caught on stuff. So we're just tap, tap, tapping. And I use my finger too. It's okay to do this. These are not going on a customer's hands. They're going on my hands. So it's okay for me to do that. Even though these are big, they're still kind of hard to hang on to. But it's okay. We're going to get through it. And we're going to be happy we did. Doing a good job there. Put it back on the stand. Alright. I did that to all of the nails. And now I'm going to top them with the Maniology smudge-free top coat. Because I'm going to have to, you know, re-top coat these so the decals don't pop off. Okay, once this is completely dry, I'm going in with the Born Pretty top coat here. You could use a regular top coat. I just did this so that I could hurry up and get them dry and get them on my hands. That is the lovely thing about gel polish. You cure it, you're done. I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to do some more filing because I want them to be smooth. Because y'all, in my head, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to wear these. I tried. It was just, I couldn't wear them. They were too long for me. I know a lot of people can do that, but I can't. I just, whew, I can't function with them long nails anymore. Unless I grow them out naturally. Then maybe I could do it. But I probably end up breaking them all the time. So, we'll see. Alright. Gonna use the little 3M nail glue tab sticker things. I got them off of, like, I think AliExpress. You could probably get them all over places, though. All kinds of places. And I talk about how easy these are to use, but then I show y'all me struggling with it. I was just so excited to get these on the nails. And of course, the one I'm going to videotape is the problem child. Alright. Mush, mush, mush that onto the nail. Push it down. There it is. Alrighty, here's my swatch photo. I hope you enjoyed this long video. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, be good to yourself.